Welcome. Today we're speaking with Vince Reardon, author of the new book, The Pocket Mentor, Insider Tips from America's Most Successful People. What good advice did you hear from the people in your book?
The third most common piece of advice I heard from people was be a learner. The people in my book love to leap out of bed in the morning and learn something new and then share it with others. And a number of these people encouraged me over and over and over again. Explore the world. Life isn't a problem to be solved. Life is a mystery to be explored. It was very invigorating hearing these people saying that over and over and over again.
And who exemplifies some of these qualities?
Well, there are a lot of people in the book that exemplify be a learner. One that comes to mind, however, is Dr. Victoria Hale. She's the founder of two nonprofits, One World Health and Medicines 360. Now, what's unique about Hale is that when she was working at Genentech, a biotech company up in South San Francisco, she dreamed of creating the first nonprofit pharmaceutical company. Now that's an oxymoron. Nonprofit pharmaceutical company. Usually you don't see those 2-3 words together. But she had this vision, this dream of founding one such company. But the thing is, she had to learn how to do that. She had to learn a lot of stuff. First, she had to research, well, what drugs are we going to develop? What need is there out there for a nonprofit pharmaceutical company? So she took a sabbatical from Genentech, a 2-year sabbatical where she studied the issue of global health. Where is there a real need for an organization like mine that I want to create? And what she discovered is that there is a tremendous need in the developing world for drugs to combat infectious diseases. In fact, she discovered that 10 million people die every year from infectious diseases, most of them children. Infectious diseases that don't really occur too often in our world, like measles, malaria, diarrhea. Can you imagine dying of diarrhea? In the developing world, you can. So she had to learn that infectious diseases was the area that she was going to target with new drugs. The second thing she had to learn was, well, how do I raise money for this organization? And she learned pretty quickly because she raised about $1 million initially from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The third thing she had to learn was, well, I'm a scientist, I'm not a CEO. How do I run an organization? So she found a mentor, a CEO, who was interested in her vision of founding a nonprofit pharmaceutical company, and he said, I'll mentor you. I'll help you learn how to become a CEO. The fourth thing she had to learn was, well, I only have $1 million. It's impossible for me to develop a drug in the US with $1 million. That's a laughable amount of money. It's not a laughable amount of money, say, in India. So she partnered with Indian doctors and Indian PhDs, and she developed a drug for a disease in the developing world called visceral leishmaniasis. It's a pernicious disease that about 500,000 people get it a year, and if you get it, it's usually fatal. It causes fever, hemorrhage, and severe anemia. Now, this is the great thing. It took about 5 or 6 years after she founded her nonprofit, but that drug was approved in India, and today, tens of thousands of people are getting it at little or no cost for that disease. When the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation found out about this, they ponied up and granted her an additional $150 million for One World Health. This is a woman who exemplifies learning new things, and I find her and her example truly inspiring.
Thank you, Vince.